So forward. Have you ever wanted to get into Warhammer or Kill Team, but you aren't sure where to start? You don't have $600 and 6 months of time to paint up an army that you're realistically only going to get to play once every month or 2 months? Well, today we're going over the Kill Team starter set. We're going to see what's inside, whether it's worth it, and we're going to open this thing up and get into the contents and what it delivers on. Follow along to see what's inside.
On YouTube.
I can clip that. Brothers and female brothers, welcome back to Brotherhood Tabletop, a channel where not one, but two grown men question the life choices they've made that have got them to this point so far. Today we're going to go over the Kill Team starter set, but before we get to that, we're going to talk about Las Vegas Open. Today is Saturday, tomorrow is Sunday. We are getting on the road to head to Las Vegas tomorrow. Now the convention doesn't start until Thursday. We're going to be there for the early access, and we're going to get the premiere tickets. So we're going to go see all the goodies that Games Workshop has to offer this year. But during Las Vegas Open, we are going to be doing, and I hesitate to use the word because YouTube doesn't like it, but a giveaway. So to one of our subscribers who has commented and liked any of our videos or shorts, on Sunday the 19th, at the end of Las Vegas Open, we're going to randomly assign some numbers to everybody that's subscribed and has liked and has commented on a video. Typical YouTube stuff. And we're going to run a random number generator dice and select one person. There's 3 Kill Team boxes, single teams that we're giving away. So you'll get a choice to go through one of those and pick out which one you want. We'll ship it to you. Or if you're in Las Vegas or here in Arizona, we'll get it to you personally. So we wanted to get that out, and hopefully we'll see a bunch of you at Las Vegas Open. But if not, we'll get it to you in the mail. So as I was saying, brothers and female brothers, welcome to Brotherhood Tabletop. Today we're going over the starter set. I'm Doc, and this is my brother Dalton. He is in the military and an avid Death Guard player. So not only does he play Death Guard in 40K, but he also played the Plague Marines in 2nd edition.
Yeah, I was pretty bummed when they took them away for 3rd edition, but with the new Death Guard rolling out with this group, I'm pretty excited. From what I hear, the most important thing to focus on is how many Nurglings there are on each thing. So some guys have 2 Nurglings, which obviously means that they're more powerful than the guys that only have 1.
There is a lot of discussion on Reddit about that, so you're not wrong. But as it's your first time on camera and you're being initiated into the Brotherhood, we're going to put you through the initiation rite, and you have to pick a model in front of you and eat it. And I'm kidding. I forgot you're in the military. Please don't do that. There are only 7 of those, and they're hard to get. With that being said, we're talking about the starter set. And before he eats, they're not crayons. Before he eats one of these models in front of him, and because these are not on the shelves currently, we are going to be opening up the box. We've already done that, but we do have a short video showing the contents of the box before we built and assembled everything, to show you guys what's inside and whether or not at an $80 to $90 price point, this box is going to be right for you whenever it does come back on the shelves. Hopefully that's sooner rather than later. But follow along. We're going to tear into the box. Anything else you have to say?
So, like my brother said, this box is great for both newcomers and veterans of the game. It has everything you need to get started, or if you're already involved, it's 2 new teams. So either way, it's a great investment.
Let's get into it. So we've got the box opened up. We're going to take a look at what's inside. Inside, you've got individual sprues for each model. There's 7 sprues for each team. You've got your Angels of Death. Each one is set up so that you could cut these off with scissors. It says you don't need any tools or snips. I would still suggest cutting them off with something rather than twisting them off, as I've seen some people do, but hey, they're your models. Do what you want. These are pretty high quality prints for what would be considered a starter box. They are by no means just bland and boring. I know there's no customization here. They are push to fit. You might drop a little dab of glue in each one just to hold them together, but for what you pay for the box, it's a pretty good value with some pretty decent looking models in there. So the Angels of Death are blue for the good guys, of course, and then you've got your Plague Marines. So in here, one of these models, and I'm not sure which one it is, I think it might be that one, is a model that a lot of people had a hard time getting for a long time. Again, these are great looking casts. I really appreciate the detail that they put into even what could be considered a very basic starting model. So you've got 7 of these, just like you do with the Angels of Death. Each individual one is going to build out your unit for your team. Then underneath the models, we've got the classic paper divider. Now what's different here is there's a pair of scissors up here. They're telling you to cut these out, and these are actually going to act as your wound counters. Because it only includes 10 dice in the package, they want you to use these. So you cut these out, you bag them up, hold on to them, and you're going to put these in the reference sheet squares in order to count the wounds on each unit. We'll get to the reference sheets here in a minute, but this will make sense once we get to those, but you can cut those out and use those to count wounds. Underneath that, we've got the paper package for the board. And I was pretty happy. I think in the Octarius set, it was just a small piece of paper. This is a standard game board. I know that it's just cardboard, but it's nice that they do that instead of the flimsy paper that you got with Octarius in 2nd edition. Below that, you've got your reference guides. So, Angels of Death. So here's what I was talking about. So in here, with each of your units, you've got your weapons, abilities, information for each of them. But as you take wounds, you can stack those little counters over here to keep track of who has how many wounds, so that you're not eating up all of your dice. There's a reference sheet for the Plague Marines as well. So inside, you've got all of the weapons, just like with the Angels of Death. Each individual model's information, you can take a look at it, and then of course count your wounds just like on the other one. Below that, we've got the gameplay tokens. So it is nice to see that there's actually enough engaged and concealed tokens to cover both teams. For those who picked up the Hivestorm box, there was kind of a running joke about how there wasn't enough of either token to cover both teams completely. I think it was like 2 or 4 tokens short. But yeah, it's pretty cool that they put that in there, so you've got all of that. Then, of course, the starter handbook. So this is not the full set of rules for 3rd edition. It is kind of an introductory. It gets you going with the core rules. You know, gives you a quick introduction into the universe, how to build your models, get them all put together. Then once you get past that, quick information on each team, a little bit of lore, and then you get to the play section. So the play section is going to go over very basic mechanics that we're all going to use in every single game. Stuff like tokens, placement, whether a model is visible or not, how to shoot, how to charge, how to fight, what you can and can't do with each unit during its activation. Gives you a lot of examples in here, so it makes it really easy for somebody who's never even played the game to pick this up, have a reference guide, and get rolling dice right away, which is the fun part for those of us that do this for play. So again, kind of a watered down version of the rules. I shouldn't even say that. It's the core mechanics of the game without getting into, I don't think it has anything in here about vantage points or some of the more complex stuff that you take a few games to learn. But in here, there are the additional rules showing the keywords for different units in the game for both armies. Then in the back, it's got some information about painting your minis, a couple of recipes, and then where you go from here. So you get the ops pack, the upgrade equipment, or the equipment upgrade, and then builds out some other teams, kind of showcases where you can go from here. So So underneath that, we've got, to my knowledge, a first for Games Workshop, and this is the new MDF terrain. So some of these are popped out, they're laser cut. So I'm pretty impressed with the detail on these. You got 3 sheets, pretty good looking, simple terrain, but it'd take you all of about, well, that's cool. Take you all of about 3 minutes in order to pull this out, pop it together, and get it set up on the board. All in all, I think that this box is a great value for right around $100. At least that's what it is here in the United States. You've got 2 teams, you've got your tokens, your handbook, everything you need to get going, and you and a buddy could put this thing together in an hour and be playing your first game of Kill Team. Granted, there's a lot to build on from there, but hey, when we all learned our first game, our friends took it easy on us. It gets overwhelming. So, you know, if this gets somebody 80 or 90% of the way through the mechanics, then they can start playing and having fun, build on it from there. So that's everything in the box. Glad you guys followed us along. And if I messed anything up, which I am certain that I did, please comment down below. I've got thick skin and I'm pretty kind of somewhat new to this all. So now that we've opened up the starter box and we've gone through all the contents and you've had a beautiful, wonderful look at my arms and hands throughout the process, we've got everything built. We're going to play through a few games with the teams. Dalton hasn't played a lot of 3rd edition, so he's going to be reintroduced to the Plague Marines. But any final thoughts on the starter box?
Really looking forward to playing with both of these teams. Right now, both of them are doing really well in tournament lists, so really looking forward to just getting a little more familiar with both the rules of 3rd edition as well as these 2 teams.
Yeah, and if you want to chase the meta, these are 2 good teams to do it with. Not that we are pro or con meta chasers. People can do what they want. I'm not their dad. But at the end of the day, I really do think that this starter set is one of the better value boxes that Games Workshop has ever released. It really advocates for why Kill Team is good to get into, especially as a beginner or somebody new to the hobby. For less than $100. And again, this is all saying that this comes back on the shelves, which we're being told that it will at some point. But for less than $100, you get the 2 teams, the terrain, the rules, everything you need to get started. And within 2 hours, you and a friend can have the teams built, everything set up, and playing your very first game of Kill Team. And then you can build on it from there. Download the app, learn the full rules, and get stuff painted and more teams and succumb to the addiction like we all have. But with that being said, we appreciate you guys. Like and subscribe. We are going to be in Las Vegas Open. We will be giving away a box. And I use the word giveaway loosely. It's not sponsored by anybody. There's no weirdness to it. We're just trying to give somebody who is one of our subscribers who's liked a video and commented on it a Kill Team box of their choice so that they can get into the game if they haven't already, or they can build out their teams and maybe pick up a team that they don't have yet. So with all that, we hope to see you at Las Vegas Open. If not, then you can watch the videos as we drop them next week. And welcome to the Brotherhood. Thanks for watching. You know, Doc, I saw that.
Be positive.